Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install the Kami extension on your computer and how to use it. So, first you have to use Google Chrome to use Kami. You can't be using Safari or Internet Explorer or any other browser. So make sure that you have opened Google Chrome, and then in the left corner it says Apps. If you'll click on that, it'll take you to this page, and you're going to click on Web Store. So once Web Store loads, you're just going to search in the store. You can type up here and search for Kami extension. And once you find it, it'll take you to this page. And you can see here, mine says remove from Chrome because I've already been using it. But yours should say add to Chrome or install. So you'll click that there, and you'll have to give Kami permission to make changes to your computer and to your Google Drive. And so you'll need to allow it, anything it asks you, just give it permission. So once it's installed, you're going to see a little K up here in your toolbar, along with any other extensions you might have, like I have Google Classroom there. So you click on it, and when you do, it brings you to this page. The very first time you use it, this page is also going to ask you for permission to access your Google Drive. So you'll just give it permission. Mine already has permission. If you have multiple accounts, you'll just have to click on which one it is. It's being a little slow, sorry. Alright, and then once it finally gets there, you'll just pick whichever document you're wanting to work with. So I'm going to show you how to split bigger things apart and how to edit PDFs in here. So I'm just going to open something that I know has a lot of pages in it. Alright, let's see, so we'll just use these task cards. And you can click on any document that's a PDF. So this allows you to edit them and kids to type in them and you to be able to separate pages and split it apart. It's like the best tool I've ever found. Alright, so here is my task cards. And when I give them to my students, I don't want this last page here, and if it had like an answer key, I would want to take that out. And in some cases, maybe it's a huge PDF, like something you use all year, and you just want to give them a tiny piece of it at a time. So you can use Kami to break that apart, and then you can also use Kami to write on it. And here's all the different things you can do on the side. Most of them are self-explanatory. You just have to play with it a little bit. You'll also need to have your kids, your students, install this on their computers or their iPads, whichever y'all use, if you're going to have them type in like a worksheet that's a PDF and then turn it in to you. Alright, so to split them apart, there's multiple ways you can do it. One way is from here you can just click on split and merge on the original page, and then it'll let you pick which file that you want to do that with. So you'll add it here. Or if you already have it pulled up, you can click on the menu on the side and you can click, let's see, split and merge document. And either way, it's going to get you to the same like end product. Alright, so I'm going to click continue to split merge. And it's going to take all those pages and show them to you separately. So I'm going to drag it up. Alright, it's already there. I'm just going to hit next. You could also add more things if you want to split a bunch of stuff at one time. You can add more than one file. So now you can see here that it split them all apart. So when I give these to my students, I don't really want them to see this cover, so I'm going to delete it. And then I might want the directions, but I don't want them with the part my students get. So I might put them down here in a part just for me. And then let's say I don't want this end credit either. So these are the parts I want my students to get. So I'm going to put those, come on down, in their own little file down here. And so now I've got teacher directions separate for me. I've got student pages separate for them. So when you hit split pages, you can pick how many you want them to put together. If you want every single one of these three to be a separate file, you can do that. So now you can see they're all separate. So like if I was going to do that with morning work, it would have split that into this one's for Monday, this one's for Tuesday, this one's for Wednesday. Or you can keep them together and save that as one file. If you want to give them all three pages at the same time, you would just hit export, and you can put it in your computer files or you can put it in your Google Drive, and it'll let you pick which folder you want. And you just hit continue and save it wherever you want to put it. So now it has let me download this file, and I'll show you what it looks like as soon as it downloads. So now I have a separate PDF file, and when my students get it, when I put it on their Canvas, they're only going to see my task cards now. They're not going to see all the extra fluff in there. So they'll get just those 3 pages, and they'll answer them on Cami, and they'll turn them back in. So now I'm going to show you how they would answer them. Alright, so let's go back. From here, I would just open whatever doc that I'm wanting to work with. So I already had this one open. This isn't the one I split. I'm just going to show you how to write on this one. Alright, so over here on the left side, let's say it's a regular worksheet, not task cards, and it has blanks. You just click text box and put it somewhere and type your answer. So this one says the place value blocks show us how many students ride a bus. How many students are there? Looking at it, I see 133. So I would type 133 right there. You can make it bigger. You can change the color. And then they would just click off somewhere, and now their answer's there. So you can kind of give them some guidance as to how big you want them to answer or where you want it to be. Most worksheets would already have a blank. So let's say for like these task cards, let's see if here's one that's multiple choice. Let's say I just want them to circle the answer. So they click on markup and pick whatever color they want to write with. And this lets you highlight, or you can mark out stuff. You can underline things. There's also a drawing one if you just want to freehand it. There's an eraser if you mess up. So I just want to freehand and circle my answer. So let's say which one is less than that. This would be choice C. So I'm going to take and circle my answer. And now it's there. Alright, so let's say they went through, they answered all of those. Now, if they have this saved in their Google Drive, they can just click save right here, and it'll update their copy of it, and they can turn it back in. I make it to where all of my kids are forced, when they click in Canvas, to create their own copy instead of editing my original. I can show you that if you need me to. If you want them to save it somewhere else other than Google Drive, then they can hit download and save it to their iPad or computer. I always click save, and you can see here that mine's already saved in Google Drive. you would just hit save now because it says there's 4 changes I made. You can also have it auto save. I always still like to click save now just to be sure. If you have any other questions, let me know.